Welcome to Seasparkles Corner. Hi everybody, and I'm the only one up. I didn't want to wake anybody up, so I'm doing my chat back here. I wanted to share with you, every 10 years you have to renew your passport. Now this is information for United States of America, or American people, whichever you prefer to call us. Only because this information is only for that I know of. Okay, every 10 years you have a passport is good for 10 years, and I did my passport 10 years ago, and it was done completely different than it is now. So I'm not going to talk about what it was like then. I'm going to talk about what it's like now. So I called the United States Post Office and asked them about it. What would it cost? And what to do. She said, now there's different now I'm going to cover first-time passport holders. First-time passport holders have to bring a lot of information: birth certificate, marriage license, and a whole list of things. So it's best you call the post office to get it. And it's the same price as a renewal now. Before, first-time pass holders, United States passport holders, were more expensive, but that has changed. And so you have to go to schedule an appointment. Now you have to go online to usps.com/passport and follow the prompts. You cannot get your passport online, but what you have to do is you have to schedule an appointment, and you have to do it within you only get to do it within 6 weeks of the time you do it. So make sure you're financially ready. You have to have $180, and make sure you have all your information together. Your ID for whatever state you live in, Washington, Kansas, whatever. You have to have that, a driver's license or a Florida ID. You have to have a birth certificate, your social security card, and marriage license. Okay, and you schedule your appointment. Then after you've got all your information together, you can bring cash or Visa debit card, or a regular Visa or MasterCard card, whichever the United States Post Office will take, because you have to pay it there. Plus, in addition to your passport fee and taxes on it, you also have to pay a $15 fee. You have to schedule an appointment for your photographer, for your picture, and stuff like that. So you have to schedule your picture and your passport beginning time, because you have to take an oath of loyalty, stuff like that, at all of that time. Now for renewal is different. Okay, now when you renew, you can do one of two things. You have two choices for renewal. One, let me make sure it's still recording. Yes, it is, and it's still fully charged. One, you can do your entire application online at usps.com/passport and follow the prompts to it. You click on renewal. Okay, you can do the whole thing online if you have a printer. That is the question. If you have a printer, you can do the whole application online, and you can send in your picture, which you can get a passport picture at any local place, and you can totally mail it in. Just make sure you're not going to cruise or sail. Like, I would give it 3 months, because no telling how long it would take. So that way you would give a chance, or even 4 months would be better. You would give it a chance to arrive there for them to process and mail the passport applications back to you, especially during the holiday time. The mails are so slow because they're so booked up. But if you do it after January, I'd still would at least give it 3 to 4 months to make sure, because you can't leave the country, whether you're flying or going on a cruise, without a passport. You have to show it. Okay, now, and if you don't have the ability to print it out, you could always use a pen drive, go to a UPS place and pay, and put your pen drive in there, UPS's, and they can print it out for you. There, now for that is the first and second choice. Now for your third choice. Now, you can go to USPS.com/schedule a appointment to have your picture taken there at the post office. And then get your picture taken, and while you're at the post office, grab a passport application there, the correct form, and do your application there, and bring your older passport, turn in your passport, and go, after you do your application and you have your picture and all your information together, and your application and your way to pay for it, either cash or Visa debit card, Visa card, or MasterCard, whichever way you want to pay for it. Wait in line and make the envelope there. Do everything right there. And there'll be somebody there to help you as well, and pay and turn it in right there at the post office. That's an alternate one, because I don't have the ability to print out, and that is a choice I have chosen. Because before we go on our next cruise, my passport expires in 2024. So I have my appointment to do it, to make sure that I have a brand new passport ready, and I called for information. Now that's completely different from 10 years ago. Now, I'm going to talk about what I had to do 10 years ago. 10 years ago, the post office didn't take your picture when I did it. I went to Walgreens, had a passport picture taken, went down and scheduled an appointment. You had to schedule an appointment there. You couldn't mail it in. You had to schedule an appointment there. You had to already have your passport picture taken. So we went down to the post office. We went down to the one at the beach, because that was the one you had to go to. You had the choice of King Street or the beach. I chose the beach, and we drove down there. And we did the application there. We did. And we renewed our passport, and brought our picture. We had to take an oath of loyalty there, and just basically turned it in there at the line. When I went down there, they had one area said passports, so there was only 2 people ahead of us, and we went to that person. And when we went to that person, you took oath of loyalty, brought all your stuff together, turned it in. They helped me make sure everything was correct and made out right, and then they put it in the envelope that was provided in the application form, and I wrote down my return address, folded it in, and what they did was I paid them the money, and they printed out their money order and put it in the envelope and mailed it off. And so that was 10 years ago. And I think it's actually better now, because now they will take you can take your picture right there at the post office. And you still have multiple choices. I think there's 4 locations now that you can go to. And I chose the one on King Street, because I believe there's a bus that goes there. And so I'm going to take the bus there. I might just get a, I'm gonna think of that to myself, but the whole thing is, I believe it's a little bit less stressful and easier. So when you have to renew your passport, no matter where you live at, call somebody. Like, we get the information here through the post office because they're the one, that's part of the federal, everybody that works for post office is a federal employee where I live. And so it's wherever you are, get the information, get the cost, and find out what you have to do to make it as smooth and easy and comfortable for you as possible. So that is my basically tips and hints, and I hope you enjoy it. And as always, the fun never ends in Seasparkles Corner. Feel free to share. Feel free to subscribe. Hugs and kisses from my family. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.